looks in there. He missed. Two good looks. Get offensive rebound. Lamelo has Patazzi on him. What was that?
It is what it is. Let the past be the past. Just know Bam gonna be good and turn up on their ass. It's your time. It's his time. It's Bam's time. Bam's time to shine. Your time to shine too. Yeah, shoot. Hey, check it out, man. This is the first video of December. I don't know. I think it's the second. Anyways, we have LeVar Ball was right about Lamelo. LeVar Ball is kind of right about all his sons, except for, well, I don't know what's going on with LiAngelo, man. I just seen him on, I actually watched Angel Reese's podcast. You know, I tune into her shit depending on who she has on. But yeah, I just seen what he said. And hopefully they talk about that in this video. I don't know how old or new this video is. Oh, 7 days ago. Maybe they talk about it. But let's get straight into this video. LeVar Ball is right about... LeVar Ball really deserves an apology from everybody.
You said, and you used to tell us this all the time, especially off the air. You like, the baby is going to be the best of all of them. He's going to be bigger. He's going to be stronger. He's going to be faster.
Melo is going to be, watch me dance again. Okay. #1 pick 2020. Because he's that good. He's that good. I can't wait for a team to say, you know what? I ain't going to pick a 6'8" point guard who's young, who put people in the seats. I'm not going to pick him #1.
Lavar.
I guarantee you do, because he that dude.
He's gone. He said this stuff in 2019, June of 2019.
Did he go #1?
Sure of it.
Or #2?
And boy, has Lamelo looked incredible as of late.
Lamelo starts inside, score the goal and a foul.
He going up against a Greek freak, and he saw some. Look at this move.
That crossover was nasty.
Lamelo pushed. Still goes in.
This guy ended up going for 50 points in this game against the Bucks. And I know he ended up losing this game, but he had a double-double with 10 assists. Let's just look at some of these stats that he's been putting up lately.
10 assists, and you
After
still
playing every game
lose.
this season thus far, 17
Crazy.
games at that. 31 points a game, 5 rebounds, almost 7 assists a game. It's just beautiful numbers right here. And these last 5 games just speak for themselves. I mean, that Brooklyn game wasn't so good, but he only played 24 minutes. All the other games where he played 30+, look at this. He's averaging almost 40+ points a game. The jump in scoring are obviously correlating to the jump in shots attempted and shots made. Look at those 3-point shots. He's attempting, I think it...
So 43, 44%. So somebody of his height not shooting at least 46 is actually not something to jump up and down about, but Lamelo been killing.
The league leading 12.7 shots a game.
He's showing when he's healthy.
Say hello to Sky High by Hubble Contacts. Start your subscription now for 40% off your...
From the 3-point line, he's been shooting the heck out of the ball right now from the 3-point line.
Why were you so convinced that Melo would be the best of all your boys?
When you're the youngest, bro, you gonna be... If you doing what you're supposed to do, you're gonna be the best. If you're the younger brother, you're supposed to be better than the big brother. You're gonna get better than the big brother. If you're younger than, if you're the youngest brother, you're gonna. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're gonna jump up past them. You playing against. You gotta think he was a freshman playing with them on the team. So yeah.
Well, it's just like they like phones. Like I told you, you keep making one phone better than the next one. You don't make this one will be good, but you learn the stuff from this one to put on this one.
I mean, you could fault LeVar.
He pretty much said what I just said in a different way.
He goes at saying some of the things he's saying, but one thing you can't fault.
The only thing he was kind of wrong about, I remember he made a joke saying Lonzo was the best on the Lakers. He wasn't. LeBron was there. Don't ever say that again in your life. But he also said Lonzo's better than Steph Curry. Again, don't ever say that again in your life. Those are the only things he was wrong about. Really. Everything else, he's been right.
For is the way he raises his sons.
Yeah. Lonzo's a facilitator. He can do his thing. He can score. Lonzo, but Jello is the heck of a shooter. Boom, 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 boom. Now, Melo learns from both of them. So, Melo is the only one in my family that can play the 1 or the 2. Jello.
I was just getting ready to say, yeah, how he facilitator but can't score is Lonzo. Gunner, LiAngelo. Lamelo took bits from both of them. He's a gunner, but he also is a facilitator. He can play point guard and shooting guard. Like I said, Hey, Lavar, I ain't gonna lie. When I was younger, when you first was coming out saying this shit, I used to be like, man, this dude, I like how he is for his sons. I want to be like that with my kids, but he a little extreme with it. I apologize. You've said majority facts ever since ever since light has been shed on you. You've been said man, let's keep going.
Can't play the one because as soon as he pass half court, he think he open and he love to shoot. So he ain't gonna get nobody involved. Lonzo can't really play the two on the fact that you're passing the ball in the corner where he's supposed to take a three. He looking for the cutter, and that's too long. He ain't supposed to look for no cutter. Melo can flip from playing the one out of necessity, passing the ball, to flip it over to two to try to score 100 points on his own.
And that's a big difference.
That nigga scored 92
ball and the Lamelo
92 points. Y'all, the 92-point game, I said, there's no way. I remember when I first watched that, I said, this shit look weak as hell. They're not even playing defense. Are they just, like, what's going on? It was really that, I think, I'm going to watch that again. But if my memory serves me correctly, it was that second half shit. Obviously, they scored 92 in the second half. But it was that second half where the game got a little more intense because I'm watching them. I'm all like, at first I didn't really, I'm still not really a LaMelo fan. But, like, I never really liked the two cool hoopers. And I see now he plays a little more aggressive and tough. I just looked at him like, what the fuck? Like what is going on, bro? Like, it's just like, or is he so good he's making the defenders look like this? Or are these defenders just, his defense is non-existent in bro? Because he was Chino Hills playing on, they play top teams in the country. But I'm just looking like, bro, is he this great? Is he this good to where he's making the defense look like this, or is the defense just non-existent? Is defense just completely overweight in basketball?
Really a great point guard. He passes the ball at the elite level.
Lonzo jumper got way better.
It's so much more obvious how much better of a scorer he is than his brothers.
He had Lonzo's eye for passing the basketball.
Well, all my boys can pass the ball like that. Because that's
No,
how I taught them.
D'Angelo can't.
Playing like that.
I'm not sure you can teach that at the high,
Oh, yeah.
the Lonzo level.
Yes, you got to teach that, but you know you got to start them when they like 6 or 7 years old.
Okay.
And that's, my boy's been passing like that a long time.
It's so easy to look at the way he dances on the court.
See, this shit was fucking ridiculous.
But obviously, he's much more.
That's just that creativity. He ain't practiced that shit.
Such a well-rounded player offensively, and obviously being the youngest out of the.
Passing like that a long time.
It's so.
This is literally that creativity that they be saying. Kyrie be on that too. They don't. People really think that they practice all this shit. He has never in his life.
Easy to look at the way he dances on the court, seemingly playing like.
Practiced that. He just made that up and did it on the fly. It was a feel type of thing. Now there is certain moves that these niggas do that they practice, but that shit right there, he doesn't practice that. That there's certain moves Kyrie does that Kyrie doesn't practice. It's a feel and a reaction. You can't practice everything that you do. It's impossible.
He's free out there, but obviously he's much more than just a scorer. And obviously that's what makes Lamelo such a well-rounded player offensively. And obviously being the youngest out of the three brothers, he's had to obviously learn from his older brothers, and he was able to pick out some of the strengths and weaknesses from each one of them. Then he went from that 13-year-old that was 5'5" to playing now at 15 plus, and he's now 5'11". It's just beautiful stuff. Obviously, he would grow steadily at 6'2". And one thing you immediately picked out from Lamelo was just how bold he was.
Crazy.
Freaking half-court shot.
And walking back like it's nothing.
To Lavar for even putting these guys in these positions where, you know, Lamelo at 16 years old is playing in Lithuania, whilst you got other students in high school that would probably love to do the same thing, but obviously have to, you know, study their textbooks and, you know,
did he graduate?
Study for that chemistry exam.
Youngest has had to take a.
This is what I'm talking about.
Study for that chemistry.
This shit.
Exam.
This shit. I hate this type of shit. That's why I was never big on him. But clearly he doing something. I forgot he was playing overseas in high school. This shit is crazy.
Youngest has had to take a bizarre path to the NBA.
Took the best path.
Well, is it?
Yes.
Why?
Why? Because, okay, he got the focus completely on basketball. Right. Now, back in the day, well, I ain't going to say back in the day, most of the guys that play in Europe, they start playing professional 14, 15 years old. Right. So now,
Luka.
If I take my son, who's an American, and take him over there to Lithuania to let him get involved in this early. So now, Melo's not doing a term paper and a chemistry test and all that. He's focusing concentrating only on basketball.
Some people may think Lavar is just this, brash dude that has no regard for what, his sons have to go through. This guy's deliberate. You could tell this guy is calculated in the way he looks at things, and he tries to put his sons in the best positions possible. And when Lamelo announced to the world that he was going to go play in Australia and be a pro, obviously, in Australia after having been a pro in Lithuania, going to Geneva, Ohio to play at Spire Institute, and also playing the Drew League during that summer, well, it had a lot of people curious as to the development of Lamelo back in Australia.
Which is pretty late.
And you said he was better than you when you guys were at the same age.
Yeah,
you were.
for sure. He was more advanced, for sure.
Do you think he would become
That's
a
how
better
it
player
works.
than you? I don't want to make it a competition, but he can.
I think in like real time, I don't ever think he'll be better than me.
Yeah.
But at the same age, like when I was 20, he was 20. I think he's better.
Yeah.
And Lamelo,
That's how it's supposed to go. He said in real time he'll never be better than
gave
me.
him great
People
advice.
probably think he is, though, for sure. Or you could say he is because
go to Australia to play pro.
his
It
numbers.
was interesting.
Why did you decide this is the way to go for you?
I just think it's the best route for me. I'm trying to be the #1 pick for the 2020 draft, so I heard they got great strength and conditioning over there. So off the court,
I'm already knowing that overseas shit different.
Pros been through there, stuff like that. So I think it's all gonna help. It's just best for me, I think.
Yeah.
And I think one reason a lot of people are very happy seeing Lamelo's success in the NBA now is because, well, to be quite frank with you, many of you who've watching this video right now have followed Lamelo's path to the NBA as a kid, obviously in the Ball in the Family reality show that they had. So they feel as though they grew up watching somebody go from a very little kid that was, quite frankly, childish.
Now, those are the type of reality shows I watch. I would actually like to watch all that extra drama shit. That ain't for me.
To now an NBA pro that
I tuned into some before. Don't get me wrong, but that ain't.
sometimes, but he still is a pro, and people are
this
happy
split.
about it.
You're a selfish
His dad used to get on his ass.
You get tapped in the head. I told your ass.
I remember he slapped this dude. This shit crazy.
Fun like that.
There were a couple of points during this show that
This is the
LeBron was,
JBA thing with his
giving
dad?
his son tough love.
I'm gonna win. Cause the leader looking like he's sad, walking. Let me sleep. I tell you what, Melo, you can sleep the rest of the tournament if you want to, son.
This was good because the parents is seeing how he was getting on his own kid. Because if he getting on his kid, his own kid, he getting on the other players for sure. Because I remember seeing this shit on. I think this is 2000. I think I was in LA for this tournament when this happened. It's back when I was playing AAU. You feel me? Obviously, I didn't play against him and shit like that, but I think it is. Is it? Because there was a tournament anyways. But the fact that he can't, I remember seeing this on Instagram, this clip, or Twitter. It was Instagram or Twitter years ago. And the fact that he getting on his son like that in front of everybody, it sets the tone for one. You could tell it's not fake. And for two, yeah, parents gonna know, oh yeah, he gonna get on my son's ass if he ain't doing what he's supposed to do. So this was good.
You ain't gotta play. Here, hold the ball, because you ain't used to it. And until you learn to be like your brother and play both hands, you're gonna be sorry as hell. You don't have enough of this killer in you. I don't see.
That's something Lonzo Ball has way over probably all of them, that defense. But Lamelo, I don't know if he's a terrible defender, but he ain't guarding like Lonzo. He ain't guarding nobody like Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball, when healthy, guarding niggas is this all day. Lamelo, that's another reason why I wasn't big on him back then. I just always was a dude. I'm a defensive player myself, so I always try to look at dudes like, okay, do he play ball? Do he can he guard a motherfucker? Is he a cone? Pretty much.
Now you can argue it's a reality show. It's all for the cameras, but it just goes to
that
show
was.
you, man. This is the type of mentorship that Lamelo and all his brothers have had to go through under Lavar.
Very disappointed in you. It's about the child that you got me on a whole nother zone. I tell you it's that so you can see what the hell this is.
2 for 10. 10 turnovers.
I don't give a you heard it, seen it, read it, or wrote it down yourself. I'm gonna say them out loud so your ass can hear them again.
And you might think, how is this the same guy that basically goes on TV and lauds his sons as being the best thing since sliced bread and says LaMelo's going to go #1 in the draft? And that's where people might think, oh, LaVar just, he's buttering them up. No, he's being tough on them. Despite all the expectations he has on them, he's still giving them that tough advice. I will say that when he when he yelled at him for basically being childish during that one episode, that was funny as hell. And also, he's talking about how Michigan's in Detroit. I mean, come on now. No, I mean, we could tell that he didn't go to high school much. But all in all,
Damn, you
LeVar
ain't
was
have to
putting him
do
in
him
an
like
environment where he
that.
could legit
I would have
focus
at
on
least, hopefully he got his high school
like that.
degree. I said
And
degree.
boy, Zeke,
High school
filling out that right
diploma
now.
at
Third
least.
best defense.
I want to hold you under 100 points.
This man is by far
Charlotte
the most entertaining
announcer.
player that isn't named John Moran when he gets it going.
I don't know about
and in
him.
this game against Orlando, he had 44 points after scoring 50 in the last game. And I think we all knew Lamelo had this in his game, man, that he could dominate and also, be flashy at the same time.
That must be
And it's
old
obviously
because
unfortunate that he's had to go through so many
Trez on that
injuries
team
he has
still?
in his young career already. And obviously Lavar saying, he blames it on the conditioning, the raggedy shoes. Which ones? The ones that Big Baller brand made? I mean, I'm just curious about that. No, he'll say it's Puma. It's Puma that made his shoes raggedy.
I have a pair. Let me show y'all what ones I got, man. So these are the Lamelos I got. These are the newest ones, I think. These are the newest ones I got. And I love how they look and shit like that, but bro, the grip ain't it. In certain gyms, it depends really on the gym you're at, but in certain gyms, bro, Lamelos is not it, bro. Certain gyms, they're solid. But if you go into a regular gym and shit like that, like if you playing in high school, because I didn't hoop in these when I was playing for junior college and shit, but or obviously not in high school. So I don't know how they would have been on that floor, because junior college floors is a little different than when you just play at the gym. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I ain't never. Let me not even say that.
Well, for now, he doesn't have to worry about those injuries because he hasn't been injured so far this season. He's played every game this season, and I am praying to God that this dude stays healthy this season because it's been beautiful. He recently
in the MVP
just
conversation.
made a Hornets franchise record for most 3-pointers in a 3-game span. It's just crazy to look back on. The career
at
he's
least
had
make
in high
the
school,
playoffs.
the career he's had in the NBA now, and just seeing how much better he's become now.
Lamelo Ball played like the superstar here in game number 1, getting his proppers from Kemba Walker.
And yet it feels like he's being underrated or he's not being talked about nearly enough. Like, I was trying to look up if ESPN had made a video talking about Lamelo, and it's been years since I've seen actual conversations about this dude Lamelo. Is Lamelo already a superstar in the league? I wonder if they're making these videos this week. Maybe they've been waiting on this week to make these videos. But it's quite weird that I'm not seeing a single video from ESPN yet about Lamelo's crazy good season. That used to be a huge topic on First Take, for example. I mean, where is this now? And I'm looking at this NBA MVP ladder. I know Lamelo is now on a particularly good team. But obviously Jokic is going to be number 1. I already outlined this. Giannis, Shea, the next 5. Where's Lamelo? He's averaging 30+ on crazy.
He should be on there above everybody, to be honest.
He's not even on
You got, who else?
Where's Lamelo? And I already outlined this. Giannis,
Shea, Lamelo.
Jokic is going to be number 1. I already outlined this.
Sure.
Giannis, Shea, the next 5.
They gonna do Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell, he having a great year. Well, his team's having a great year. I ain't really watched the NBA. I ain't really been watching NBA this year.
The honorable mentions?
I just be tuning in when I can.
You got Carl V. Towns there, but you don't got Lamelo.
I've watched Shea for sure. I've watched some OKC games.
The All-Star starters were announced today. Lamelo would make it by far. Easily would be an All-Star starter this year. And he's not even being mentioned in the MVP convos? Are we serious? And it's probably down to the fact that he's in Charlotte. I mean, let's be honest. Who cares about Charlotte like that? Who really pays attention to what goes on in Charlotte? But let me tell you something, man. You need to pay attention to what's going on there. Because it's not just Lamelo's, Brandon Miller, too. Those guys are putting on a show. It's fun to watch. Eric Collins, as always, making it fun to watch with his commentary. It's beautiful, man.
I'm 50-50 with his commentary.
Place. Even though LaMelo, the injuries.
Oh, like I'm not a fan of that all the
They are
time, bro.
cursed. They are beyond cursed with the injuries. I'm not. Oh my God, they're cursed. And I know there's been tons of people they wanted to see Charles Lee fired because he benched Lamelo in the closing minutes of the Nets game. That same game that I said he had 24 minutes. I mean, that could explain why. I mean, look. Charles Lee, I don't know what you're up to, but if you do that shit again, if you pull that bullshit, you best believe you about to get national TV on you because Lamelo's box office. You cannot sit him on the bench for that long, especially not in the closing minutes. I am so ashamed it took this long for me to get into the fourth quarter because LaMelo has been the best fourth quarter player by far.
10 points. Damn near 11 points. 52%.
Wow. I'm intrigued about that. But fourth quarter points.
He said I'm intrigued about
LaMelo
that.
number one with field goals of 52%, 41% from deep, by far attempting the most threes in the fourth quarter. Right? Emmanuel Quickly has only played 2 games. It's not fair to really talk about him like this. But LaMelo, he's been the best fourth quarter player by far. He's played in every single game this season. He's by far one of the best players in this NBA. I think he needs to be talked about way more because he legit has all-star starter buzz, and I'm not seeing enough buzz. I'm really not. That's what's really pissing me off right now. He needs more attention on him. He really does.
The Hornets came back from an 18-point deficit. What inspired that
Before we start, shout out to my dad's birthday. Pop's birthday, got the dub for him. You can start it up now.
Okay.
Love his pops, man. All right, that was it. Anyways, man. Oh, we might react to this one. He is done. Anyways, man, if y'all like this video, y'all know what to do. Rest in peace to Kari X, my grandma, both our grandmas, and I'm gone.